So today I'm going to discuss the valence bond theory, which is the main topic of chemical bonding in the chemistry. And hybridization. So the first of all, this theory which is based on valence, which mean outermost, right? It means outermost shell, right? For example, first of all, I'm going to discuss the outermost shell. This is an orbit and electrons are present in it, and this is the nucleus, and this is the inner shell, right? And this is the outer shell, and this outer shell is also called outermost shell or valence shell, right? Because the bonding due to the valence shell, so it is based on the valence bond theory, in which we are going to study that the bonding because of valence electrons, okay, the electrons present in the valence shell, right? So first of all, this theory was proposed by Hitler and London. These are two chemists, and they explain the formation of covalent bond quantitatively using quantum mechanics, right? By using quantum mechanics. And this is also the types of quantum theory, right? And what is the meaning of quantum? Quantum meaning energy packets. Energy packets, you can say that the energy shells, energy levels, right? Which are also called orbits, right? So it is based on the formation of covalent bond, and this covalent bond is because of the presence of outermost electron in the outermost shell. For example, these are outermost electron in valence shell, in outermost shell, react to the other atom electrons, right? For example, if I make hydrogen and chloride bond, and this is the type of bond, okay, it contain one electron, okay, in outermost shell, and it contain 17 electrons in outermost shell, right? If it is +1 and it is negative, okay. For completing the octet rule, both of orbits electron react to each other and form a sigma bond between them, and this octet rule is complete by their sharing pairing of electrons, and this covalent bond is made by the sharing pairing of electrons, right? So the valence bond theory assume all bonds are localized bond formed between two atoms by donation of electrons from each atom, right? It is also called the concept of hybridization, in which electrons react to each other and hybridization is occur, right, by overlapping of electrons, and this is called overlapping, right. The first step of this theory is the covalent bond is formed by overlapping of two half-filled valence atoms, right. A covalent bond is formed by overlapping. Overlapping of which? Overlapping of two half-filled valence electrons. Alright, so it means that this valence bond theory tells us the overlapping of two half-filled valence atomic orbitals of two atoms, right. The electrons in overlapping get paired, right. These electrons get paired to each other and overlapping takes place, and we can say that this overlapping is side by side or by nucleus to nucleus. By side it is formed a sigma bond, and in the nucleus it form sigma bond. Side by side it form pi bond, okay, and this is sigma bond by the nuclei interaction, okay. So the sigma bond, because it is formed between the nucleus to nucleus interaction, so it is more stronger than pi bond, which is formed by side overlapping, okay. For example, s orbital to s orbital formation is just like that, okay. This is sigma bond. And p orbital, for example, px to px orbital, this is also form sigma bond. S and P also form sigma bond. But Py and Py are formed side to side overlapping, and this form pi bond. And Pz and Pz also form side by side overlapping, and this is also form pi bond. And this type of overlapping is explained in VBT, which is also called valence bond theory. it